All right, so for the distance between 2 points, I think the easiest way to think about that is with the Pythagorean theorem. So the Pythagorean theorem states that if you have um, two legs of a right triangle, you could take a squared plus b squared and equals c squared, where c is the hypotenuse. Well, between any 2 points, you can think of as forming the hypotenuse of that right angle or right triangle. So when you take the difference in the x coordinates, so that would be kind of like the horizontal distance. That would be x2 minus x1. You get one leg, and then when you take y2 minus y1, or the opposite because it doesn't matter, because we're going to square it, you get that vertical distance. Okay, and then if you do a squared plus b squared, you would get c squared, the hypotenuse. So to go through an example here, this is with some numbers. It's the same one we did with the midpoint. So the horizontal distance here is 4. So it's 6 minus 2, or 2 minus 6. Even if you do negative 2, or negative 4 is you're going to square that, so it doesn't matter. And then the vertical distance here is 6. 1 minus negative 5. All right. So then that means that the distance, I guess the distance squared, is equal to 6 squared plus 4 squared. So that means that the distance is the square root of 6 squared plus 4 squared, so which is 36 plus 16, that is 52, which should be a little bit bigger than 7. So 7 is the square root of 49, so 7 point something. Okay, that would be the distance. Now, to generalize that in terms of x1, y1, so basically what we're doing is that horizontal distance, we are taking x1 minus x2, or the other way. I'm going to multiply it by itself. You also could use the power method here because you're raising it to the second power. But if you're only raising it to the second power, a lot of times I just multiply it by itself. And then this is again y1 minus y2. Okay, and then this would essentially be d squared. So you would need to take the square root of that. So your method, I think it's distance is the variable, would be the square root of x1 minus x2 times x1 minus x2 plus y1 minus y2 times y1 minus y2. And I think the variable is called distance, but this will definitely be your expression right